This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
It's Thursday, June 25th, and time for the Barbados Today evening update. Thank you for joining us. I am Marie-Claire Williams. The National Union of Public Workers is warning of a possible shutdown of the country next week. The union is threatening industrial action if the state-owned Barbados Investment Development Corporation does not withdraw by Tuesday the 13 letters of termination issued to employees over age 60. Acting General Secretary Rosalind Smith addressed workers from all statutory boards at the union's headquarters today. She says the terminations amount to premature retirement because the amended Pensions Act provides for retirement no earlier than age 67.
We will await Council's decision and we will move from there. But we have not ruled out a shutdown of the country. We are very serious about this matter because if we do not nip this action now in the bud, you'll find that you'd have more workers unemployed than employed. And obviously, persons have legitimate expectations to work until they choose to retire, whether it's 65, 66, or 67. And that is where we stand on that. It's a very serious matter going forward.
The BIDC is insisting that it was not backing down from its decision, and that decision was justified. Meanwhile, the Barbados Workers' Union today served notice that it is willing to back its fellow trade union in pressing the case for the BIDC workers.
The Barbados Workers' Union is in full support of the National Union of Public Workers in the matter of the BIDC. This issue has been raised earlier by the Barbados Workers Union. That is the issue where workers who, by virtue of their contract, as imposed by a circular that was communicated to them extending the age of retirement consistent or in line with the national insurance age, provides for them to work up to that age. The Barbados Workers Union, like the NUPW, is satisfied that where the government acts in a manner that forces people out involuntarily before their time, that is a situation that must be abhorred.
Speaking at a press conference this morning, BWU General Secretary Tony Moore also gave an update on the situation facing customs workers.
The BWU recognizes first and foremost the implausibility of the Barbados Revenue Authority legislation being repealed. However, the Barbados Workers Union recognizes that the level of responses of the entity, that is the Barbados Revenue Authority, and the parent ministry, the Ministry of Finance, have contributed significantly to the doubt and uncertainty that many customs guards and officers feel regarding how the organization will function and how they, the workers, will be able to give efficient and productive service.
In other news, the lead lawyer representing Three Nation Publishing Company Limited employees today made an attempt to have the case thrown out. Following the end of the prosecution leading their evidence, Alair Shepherd QC made a no-case submission for his clients, publisher Vivian Ann Gittins, editor-in-chief Roy Morris, and news editor Sanka Price. They are charged with publishing an indecent picture of two minors in the Saturday Sun on October 26, 2013. After cross-examining the prosecution's final witness, Shepherd made the submission to the magistrate, Alliston Seal, at the District D Magistrates Court. After a brief adjournment, Shepherd, with the assistance of fellow lawyer Ezra Aline, argued the prosecution had presented no evidence to suggest any of the three defendants were guilty. Popular radio DJ Admiral Nelson has some words of advice for this year's graduating class of St. Patrick's Roman Catholic School. Do not limit yourselves. Nelson also told the 16 students to make use of the internet, the biggest learning platform ever, and to use non-traditional studying methods. On to sports now. The West Indies are down one spot in the International Cricket Council's one-day team rankings. Bangladesh is now in 7th place on 93 points, following their 2-1 win over world number 2 India yesterday. World champions Australia remain on top of the standings with 129 points. New Zealand are 3rd on 112. West Indies are also 8th in the Test rankings, headed by South Africa, and 4th in the T20 rankings, led by reigning world champions Sri Lanka.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Be spontaneous and creative. Enter the BT Crossover Superstar Competition. Pen your lyrics, create your video for your chance to be the first online monarch with over $15,000 in cash and other prizes. For full details, log on to facebook.com/barbadostoday.bb.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
No nigga love me and ragamuffin and dangerous son anytime. This is Raspilly and me well versatile. Anytime me drop, you know me drop it in a style. Whether raga soca or whether broke wine, the girls then come to me because they know me have the style. Whoopax, you don't know Raspilly the place.
Yeah, people, long time now you want to be a superstar, and right now you got the chance. Because Barbados today got their superstar crossover competition. All you gotta do is write your lyrics, set up your video, send it in to them, and you got a chance to win up to $15,000 in prizes. You know that easy. Whoopax! Yes, I go on Facebook, Barbados today /Facebook. You go check it out. People got the thing they're rolling for you. So do your thing. You don't know. Whoopax! Yes, I.
In regional news, the Antigua and Barbuda government pens a strongly worded letter to the European Union over its recent tax havens blacklist. The country was placed on the list along with Barbados and several other countries as non-cooperative tax jurisdictions. In the letter addressed to Ambassador Michael Barford, the head of the EU delegation to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Prime Minister Gaston Brown described the move as unjust. Brown added it has harmed his country and others over what he says was a blatant disregard of the facts about the jurisdictions. He says the list also infringes on the terms of the Economic Partnership Agreement between the EU and Caribbean countries. On the international scene, President Barack Obama is welcoming the Supreme Court's decision over his administration's health care law. This morning, the court, in a 6-3 vote, upheld a key portion of the president's health care law, better known as Obamacare.
There can be no doubt that this law is working. It has changed and, in some cases, saved American lives. It set this country on a smarter, stronger course. And today, after more than 50 votes in Congress to repeal or weaken this law, after a presidential election based in part on preserving or repealing this law, after multiple challenges to this law before the Supreme Court, the Affordable Care Act is here to stay.
And that brings us to the end of the evening news update, but you can join us again tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also watch us on iZumi Media in bus terminals or Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV as well as Mix 96.9 FM. I am Mary Claire Williams. Good evening.